Hey guys and girls, welcome to our channel. I'm Tlhogi.
And my name is Gontse.
And together we are
TlhoNtse.
To all our new subscribers, to all those who are joining us for the first time, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for joining us. And we really hope that you'll stay and that you'll find a little something from these two crazy kids. To all those who have been with us thus far, welcome back and love and light to you too, because we always have to appreciate you for staying with us thus far. So thank you, and welcome.
Yeah, that was a lot. Welcome guys, and thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, and we hope you will enjoy the video, and we hope that you'll share with the people in your lives. Okay, let's get into the video.
So today's video is about how we met. So obviously
so I don't know what's happening with this child today, guys. I wish you guys knew how many takes we've had to take, because there's a lot going on this side, like a lot. But so we're gonna be speaking about the how we met situation, and basically
it's a situation.
Well, it's not a situation, but it was shady. So this was in 2011.
Yeah.
I was in an all-girls school. He was in an all-boys school.
Sister schools to one another.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, brother, sister.
Oh, okay. Brother, sister schools to one another. And how the story starts is, I had a friend named Lesego. Lesego liked Tlhogi, right? But Lesego didn't necessarily tell me to my face she likes Tlhogi. She told another friend of ours. And this one time, we were walking to dinner because our dining hall was not in our hostel. Walking to dinner, he happened to be there. I don't know why he was there at that time. Maybe it was for your audition or something. I don't know, actually.
It was probably for practice.
Was it already practice that was happening?
Yeah, I think it was an evening practice or something, because I was headed to the gym and not the hall. So
okay.
It was the early days of practice when we were even still practicing as a collective.
Okay. So, Lesego says, hey, that guy, I like that guy. And then we were all just like, oh, okay, sharp. You like that guy, it's whatever. I never once looked at Tlhogi and was like, yo, this guy, this one. There was actually an older matriculant, because at the time we were in grade 10. There was a matriculant who looked at him and said,
which was humbling.
He was flattered, because obviously I told him when
After
we
the fact,
got together, but he was so flattered. But I was just like, yeah, clearly you were like in high demand, and the girl was like, no, not that one for me, you know. But it's fine. So in grade 10, we have this thing at my school. It was a seniors dance, coming of age kind of dance, that you go to.
Coming of age.
It's like a coming of age dance. You loved it when I said that. So it's the coming of age dance where you become a senior, because in South Africa, obviously from grade 10 to matric, you're a senior. So they make a seniors dance for us, and you can bring a date, or you can go as your girls and like just vibe, you know?
Vibes.
You can just be vibes. you can be mini city girls, because they weren't city girls at the time, so you can be mini city girls, right?
Hashtag vibes.
I don't know what's going on here. So I was gonna go to the dance with my cousin. I told everyone that I'm gonna go with my cousin because I don't like boys. And somebody told me in grade 8 already that the boys from his school are no-go area. No-go zone. So I was like, that's fine. I won't even find one, but it's cool. We don't need to go there. Sharp. So I had a friend named JP. So JP happened to be in the play with him. Because it was a collaborative, and Lesego. So because it was a collaborative play with both our high schools. So when I told her that I'm going with my cousin, she's like, no man, you can't do that. And I was like, no.
Funny thing about that is that she was sure she was going with her cousin, especially because the cousin would always complain about her not introducing him to friends. But this is what the cousin said.
So when I eventually spoke to my cousin, hit him up and said, dude, this is what's happening in October, and yeah, we're going. He was like, no, I'm not going there. And I was like, I don't know what you mean. I'm organized with my sister, how you can get your I'm not going there. Make another plan. And I was like, wow. So I come back and I tell JP, I'm like, JP, this one said no. JP's like, it's fine. We're on. I have a plan. So I don't want to say I didn't know, right? I knew who JP's plan was. But what was terrible of me is that I knew Lesego liked him as well, right? So we came up with a plan. JP, myself, and Nancy, another friend of ours. The three of us came up with the plan. We're like, we're gonna ask, or JP's gonna ask Tlhogi if he can go to the dance with me. But in a way, we're sleuthing and we're pushing for Lesego. You know, because we're basically trying to show Lesego that you need to hurry up and get him off the market, girl. Otherwise, other people are just gonna shoot their shots. An opportunity is an opportunity. We can just avoid. So we want Lesego to remove herself and ask. That's what I said. Obviously, as a child, that makes sense to you because, guys, juvenile minds do juvenile things. So it made sense to the three of us that we're pushing Lesego. So JP asked Tlhogi says, yeah, ask my mom. I'm like, hey, ask my mom. Ask my mom.
With reason. I was a boarder. I needed to ask her because they need to get permission from the boarding master from the hostel. Beyond that, I needed an outfit, and you know how parents are. Who is she?
Didn't have answers to those questions.
You
that's
see?
the funny thing.
That's why. So there was a logical explanation to. I need to ask my mom. It was I need to ask her, inform her, so that she may be accepting and such. But anyway,
I thought I need to ask my mom meant Akitamaile this girl, which I was okay with because it meant that the evil plan didn't work, right? Then JP says no. He even said invite him on Facebook. I was like, I'm not the girl for that. No. Why am I inviting boys? Me? No. So I was like, I'm not gonna invite him. I don't know if you're gonna tell him. I don't know if you're not gonna tell him, but I'm not gonna invite this guy. JP was like, no, but you have to. I was like, I don't have to do nothing. I've never met him. He doesn't know me. We don't know each other. We don't need to know each other. Can be. Wait, that's ends. That's funny if you think about it. But that's what I thought. Cool. Eventually, Lesego goes and asks him. This one says, I cannot go with you because I'm going with some girl named Gontse.
I cannot go with you because I have already been asked by Kganya. I have tentatively, in principle, by having heard the request, accepted. Thank you.
So when he says that to Lesego was just dizzy. And I know she was dizzy because she came back that evening from rehearsal and attacked me. Do you hear me? Lesego attacked me. She went to my room. She didn't find me. I don't know. Maybe she would have actually done something weird had she found me sleeping. Because luckily I wasn't sleeping. Like now that I think about it. She was mad.
Wow, I really don't think it would have
She
been
was
that
mad.
bad, but okay.
She was so mad. Obviously, I'm being dramatic,
Yeah.
but she was mad. So I happened to be in the computer labs downstairs, and my room was actually right at the corner by the stairs. So I heard my curtain open and then close. But obviously, because there's so many others, you could think, it's the one next door, the one right in front of me, whatever. Then she comes rushing down the stairs, and I happened to be at the stairs because I was doing something by the microwave. And she's like, you know what? You can take him. You can take him, and you can take him, and you know what? I don't care. And I was like, take who? Sister, wait, what are you talking about? Because I've obviously forgotten, well, not even forgotten, but like I wiped it out of my mind that I'm going with him because he said I'll ask my mom. For me, that was a gentle no. So when she came back to tell me, actually, hey, it's set in stone that you're going with this guy, that's when I was like, oh, I'm going with this guy because I thought I wasn't because I lost my mom and I didn't invite him on Facebook as well. So I was convinced that that's not happening. And literally in that same month, I think it was, he invited me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we actually started talking on Facebook in like the inbox stuff.
This, kids, was before the DM.
Yeah.
When it was still called an inbox.
Yeah. We spoke on the Facebook inbox stuff, and I guess that's where we confirmed that we're kind of going together. And then we were like, okay, cool, we're setting
Still
up.
hadn't met by
We
this
still
time.
hadn't met by this time.
This is now late August.
Yes, we still hadn't met by this time. But this Lesotho thing is eating me up inside. I'm talking to other seniors. I'm like, no, like grade 11s and matrics. I'm like, I don't want to go with this guy. I don't want problems with Lesotho. Like, I don't want issues with people over boys. Sorry, I don't want issues with people over boys. Like, I'm 15. Why am I fighting over a boy? Like, there's no reason.
Yeah.
People were like, no, take him, go with him, have a good time, and keep it moving. You and Lesotho sorted out. And I eventually started Lesotho and we spoke, and we actually ironed it out. One day I found her in the study and I was like, dude, let's talk. And we spoke and we were cool. Like, we actually worked it out. I apologized for my role and everything because in hindsight you realize it was a terrible plan. It was a terrible plan.
Though, granted, I can understand what they were trying to do. Sisters trying to
Push another
sister. I
think I
technically
just
ruined.
Yeah, he
I
ruined
wasn't
everything by
supposed to say yes.
Yes, you
But
were.
the principle was this: you came to me first.
JP came to you first.
Via you, yes. JP was the surrogate, but
Yeah, she.
that's the invite that came first.
That's true.
You know, and at that time, I mean, your boy was very oblivious to a number of things. I still am, even in my big old age. But certainly it was like, what? They finna ask me to a dance?
This is me drama.
Why not? I mean, because I was a very under the radar kind of guy. I just did my thing, get in, get out, you know. And so I was like, here's the opportunity to meet new people. It's an experience, and surely I can't wait for matric to only be the time where I'm like, oh, okay, so I've experienced this in my high school career or whatever. So those were the other logical, or those were the other reasons back in my head that were going on in the back of my head. So then in the DM, we then fast forward in the DM, we then find ourselves chatting, and then there was a social at my school, which we then opted to meet at. Now this is the first time face-to-face encounter.
This is my first social, guys. Sorry. It's important for you guys to know. It was my first ever social.
So it was an opportunity for us to meet, just to be able to lay the foundation for us to size each other up, I guess, as to, look, I mean, at the time, what you saw is what you got, so we certainly did not have catfishes back then. Generally speaking.
Okay.
So it was just that, get to know each other before actually going to go and spend an entire night with one another, listening to, like, doof music and eating biscuits and drinking Kool-Aid and all of that.
Why not go to America? In your head.
I only did that to get a reaction out of it. So then we met at the social, which was a pretty dope time. Though she thinks I was mean.
You were so mean to me.
And here's my thing, I generally wasn't mean. I think I was just...
I don't want to say the things he was saying on camera.
Yeah,
Because
but
no cap,
they were
he was
humorous. The fact of the matter is, even after that, she didn't decide to reject the boy and be like, yeah, no.
Oh,
we're
because
not
you
going to
you
the
stopped being
dance.
mean at some point. Like you were mean in the
Apparently.
better, like
But she was
in the better
laughing.
half of. No, my friends
You
were
were
laughing at me.
laughing. You were laughing.
My friends were laughing.
But here's the thing. So, little Miss Sunshine over here was generally, I get it earlier on, she told you that she was all of that and a bag of chips. So, she was the one, she cut people down to size. Tiny as she was the giant of her grade. She'd be able to sort people out. So, here you get now the Big Show coming, and then Big Show ended up meeting her match in someone who was just as spicy or just as quick-tongued as her, granted,
No.
for the
There was no need to.
First impression, it wasn't the greatest, but at the end of the day, this is something that she has said, and I still think it's true. She enjoyed it. She somewhat enjoyed the night, because I don't think we would have gone to the dance.
I enjoyed the other part of the night.
Yes.
Not the beginning when you were being...
Okay, but Oksalayo, had you decided to nitpick and whatnot, we wouldn't be here telling all these beautiful people this story.
Okay.
So needless to say, it was a really great time. Got to know her, got to socialize. So it just so happened that she was with another two friends of hers, and I was with two friends of mine, and it then just became, you know how it is, squad things, at the time. And so we were chatting and having a good time. And long story short, eventually I was going with her, and then my friends ended up going with the other two friends that were with
JP and Nancy, other girls.
Other girls that were with her that day of the social, and it became a thing. Then we fast forward into September. We continue to talk. Now, obviously, on Mix It. Yes, kids, on Mix It. Remember,
Mix It.
Inbox, Mix It. Yep, you're learning a lot of things. You're learning a lot. This is education at its best. History 101. Anyway, so we continue to chat and such, and I think one of the funniest things then in the midst of all this chatting was she was now trying to figure out, what is the boy going to wear. Now, generally,
horror.
The boy, he's forever ready when it comes to being in that formal space, and the boy doesn't miss a step.
I'm waiting for you to tell them what you told me.
So, anyway, so now she's like, oh my goodness, what's he gonna wear, whatnot. So then I heard through the grapevine that her favorite color is pink. So literally right up until the build-up, literally from mid-September, right up until mid-October, every time she would ask what I'm wearing, I tell her that I'm wearing a pink suit. And my delivery of things, I mean, generally seems far-fetched, but my delivery
knows how to sell a story. Do you hear me? He sold this pink suit thing literally until the week before the dance.
And so she was sold. Granted, though, even if I was saying pink, she hadn't even thought of what she was wearing at the time.
I bought my dress the weekend before the week of the dance, actually. After an athletics meet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go find a dress. And he asked another friend of mine what color my dress is. Obviously, he won't ask me directly because he's telling the whole world to tell me that he's wearing a pink suit. Right?
Yeah.
So he asked another friend of mine.
Sold.
He asked another friend of mine what color my dress is. Friend told me. She was like, point blank period, he wants to know what color your dress is. I didn't have a dress. I was like, friend, I don't have a dress, but say black and white. And then that's what my friend went and told him. And honestly, that's what we worked with, because when I went to the store, I went to look for a black and white dress. And wow, God is good, guys. I found
a black
and white dress. Yes.
And so, needless to say, I didn't wear the pink suit.
Yeah, we wouldn't
but
be
she
here.
was sold.
We wouldn't be here if we wore pink suits.
We eventually then got to the dance, and it was a party. She was ravishing. She looked absolutely ravishing, absolutely delightful, absolutely.
We'll try and put the picture in if we can find it.
I think we can. Excuse the quality, kids.
Yeah,
remember?
It's the ghetto.
This was 10 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway, and we certainly then got to the dance, which was a very intriguing thing and was a very worthwhile time.
The boy was smitten with the girl.
Yes, the boy was smitten with the girl, but this is what happened.
He's about to lie to you.
Imagine you now call someone to a dance, and you go to the dance with this person, and homonate, how great, the boy is doing all the right things. You know, would you like something to drink? Let's go get something to drink. I'll pour it for you. Oh, let me hold your plate for you. All those kind of things. Let's sit down and eat. Or, okay, you know, accompany her to the bathroom and whatever. And then what does the girl do? The girl then decides, when we're sitting. Now we're sitting, you know how these things are as well, in a circle, squad goals, squad vibes, all of that. You know how it is. So even in that circle, there still needs to be that level of, okay, these two bats are married together, so they talk to each other whilst we're still talking to everyone. The girl, ale guy. There goes the girl. We're sitting.
I don't remember turning my back.
There's another chap to the other side of her. And there she is talking. Now, throughout the night, she's there now talking to this guy, laughing at this guy's jokes. And look, I mean, certainly at that time, I really didn't think at all that we would be here. I never even imagined that we would be here. But here we are. And there goes the girl. Just chatting to the chap.
I was still angry, not angry, sorry. I was still annoyed that I actually ended up going with him and making Lesego feel some type of way. Like, I think I didn't want to interact with him much, knowing she still had feelings for him.
2 months later.
People have crushes for a big long time.
But 2 months later, I was there. There was no reality. At no point in time did you decide to be like...
I didn't want to make Lesego feel some type of way, so I was just like,
the first time I've ever heard this justification.
And the other guy was really funny, and
of course I'm funnier.
There was
oh, okay. Tell the people that you found that someone else is funnier. Tell them. Tell the people.
Laughing that you have to prove that you're funnier. I am with you, not him. It's okay.
Oxalayo. She called me all the way.
Yo.
To show her teeth to some other guy. What is that? What is that? But anyway, nonetheless, we had a good time. So the dance happens, and then post the dance, you'd think that we just up and leave and tickets, you know. But chats just got better and better. And
he finally asked for my cell phone number that night. I think the girl chumped the boy. Then he's like, "Can I have your number for the pictures?" In my head, I'm thinking, I don't even have pictures of my phone, but okay, here's my number.
I had them on my phone.
Oh,
yes.
I thought the other people had them.
No, I had them on my phone.
Like JP.
Oh no, I had them on my phone.
So he's like, "Yo, I'll send you the pictures." In my head, I'm thinking, "You want my number today for what?" But okay, here's my number.
Because at the time, Mixit was all we had, so Mixit was good. You know, Mixit was good, but certainly got the number, and the chats got more intense as time went on. And
he even called me that night to tell me they got back at school safely, and I was sleeping, and I was like, "Hi, who's this?"
Safety's always been a thing,
like,
even till today.
We arrived safely. I was like, where?
She resents me for that.
I was like, what? Not sleeping, Shabu. Like, what must I do? We went to the dance. Remember the picture. Let's be done and be gone with it.
So yeah, that was that. But as I said, the chats kept on going, and eventually, as we were talking and chatting, I came to realize that actually,
I think she's the girl.
I think she's the girl. So let me.
I think he realized he was really certain. And I need to tell you guys, I was not doing anything. I was literally talking to him because I thought we were going to be friends, because I did not want him in my life in any other capacity. Remember I told you that one?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want him in my life in any other capacity because I didn't want to be that girl who took her friend's crush, you know? And some people don't forget those kinds of things. So
They don't.
I didn't want to be that person who did that to Lesego.
But yeah, man, I mean, one thing led to another, and here we are. So safe to say the boy was smitten. The boy was smitten.
Oh,
the man is in love.
You're funny, that was.
You must know.
But yeah.
So anyway, so as things go on, we then decide to let me take the plunge. Now this is something completely out of my nature, completely out of my character. So I decide to take the plunge and I'd be like, let me test the waters and ask her out. So, like I said, it was the time of Mix It. So there were these chain messages and games going around, and
We
so
were on WhatsApp now because I have your number.
oh, we were on WhatsApp. Okay. So, but there was but Mix It was still there, but it was fading out. So there was something that I recalled from Mix It that I used, and then we played a little game where you ask questions, pick a number, hypotheticals, 1 to 10, and then you ask the question. And so then I hoed in a number of my own, and I was like, would you go out with me? And then she was like, it was a hypothetical, so she was like, yeah, no, I probably would. Then I think I said to her, okay, so when? Or something like that, and then from there, then it was picked up that, oh my goodness,
This is what's going on.
this is what's going on. This guy's actually asking me out. And then we decide upon it that, okay, we'll do it now, because obviously accessibility, mobility, and all of those are very important. She went home on Fridays, I'll go home on Saturday afternoons, or sometimes, not all the time. So there was that involved as well. And so we eventually decided for one Saturday that would be just after, in December, just after schools had closed. And yeah, we did that. I have a confession to make that after that happened, we happened to also be going into exams, and there was a time where
He ghosted me.
I ghosted her, not intentionally, like busy, hectic, and I think also I was reeling from the fact that, oh my goodness, I just did that. Oh my goodness, a date's about to happen. Oh my goodness, she said yes. Oh my goodness, what happens if she doesn't like me? What if she decides to stand me up? All those kind of things.
Who hurt you?
So there was a whole lot of, that's a story for another day. So there were all those things coming up. So I ghosted her, for which I am repentant, and I do heartily apologize. And then, we then went to a mall near where we both lived at the time. And we went to go watch a movie. We went to go watch New Year's Eve. The movie, like there's Valentine's Day, there's Mother's Day, New Year's Eve. It was a pretty decent movie. Look, there were some cartoon movies playing, but I really didn't know where she was at the time, so I couldn't just be like,
I absolutely
let's go
love
watch
cartoons,
that,
but you didn't know, because, well,
I didn't know at
yeah.
the time. And then we were in the movie, and it was vibes, and it was a nice time, and it was a good time, and it was...
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but
Just
it was
smiling
just
because you had a really good time.
a really great time. It really was a great time. And one thing led to the other, and then eventually I was like, so, sienzani la.
This is how this boy asked me to be his government. Where did we go from here? I was like, you said Mokile. That's where we're going. He was like,
She wasn't wrong.
He was like, no, not literally. I mean, us. I was like, I don't know if this boy wanted me to ask him out or what.
It was, I was, like I said, the boy was oblivious, but one thing led to another, and certainly here we are. And I guess that's why always going to the movies has just, since then, the movies has always been like
a thing, like
our staple, our thing.
So we had a very difficult time during COVID.
Yeah, no way. Massively difficult one.
Yeah.
But overall, the adventure was great. And here we are. Truly, it's been a blessing. It's been great.
It's been really,
amazing. It's been the time of one's life.
And this year we're gonna be together for a decade.
It's something out of this world, considering that we started quite literally as kids. And here we are now, navigating life as adults, which is crazy. But it's all been good, it's all been love, it's all been laughter, and we just look forward to many more. But that's the story of how we met. A prank gone wrong that I ruined by saying yes, but certainly looking back, I don't regret.
Yeah, zero regrets. Even Nisuho eventually became okay with everything. She had to.
Yeah, no, she treated me like trash, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Delete everywhere.
Blog, Alice, but it is what it is. But I certainly don't regret a single thing. But yeah, love conquers all.
That is the story, guys. That is how we met. Obviously, we didn't like give you everything because we needed to put this in a very concise manner, but that's just it's a long gist, but it's the gist.
That's the gist. Yeah. So keep on subscribing, keep on watching, keep on liking, keep on sharing, and comment. And if there's an extension of this that you all want us to do, if there's something that stems from how we met, please let us know, and we will see how we can best fit it in. But continue to journey with us, continue to stay safe, continue to put on your masks, sanitize, wash your hands, social distance, and just stay safe. We will certainly overcome.
We'll come out on the other side, guys. Eventually.
So stay safe, be kind to one another, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.